Okay, back again. My name is Frederick Jordan. We have moved on to how zero moves through a quasi-metaphysical action that we know is we know is occurring. We can't quantify it, can't measure it. It's called basically an action of enlightenment. We all have had something or some action in our life occur, and we understand the world better than we did yesterday. Not that yesterday's behind us, yesterday's in front of us, but we'll get that was talked about before. Anyways, so something happens, enlightenment occurs in the human mind, and you're like, holy shit, what was I thinking? What was I thinking when I was here? I can't believe I thought the world that way. Something's changed. You are no longer here. What happened is the same thing that happened in your creation. A necessity occurred, and an action was earned, and purpose executed. And as you were facing some type of struggle, you were struggling really hard to get a good job, and you were moving out into the positive and making choices, and maybe you were dealing in polar virtues of good and bad systems, then you get kicked backwards and land back at negatives, and then you just, I'm going to get back on that circular system and I'm going to move myself forward. Bad days, shitty days, bad days, shitty days, just constantly bouncing around this floor. You never stop to analyze, though, your reality. You never stop to ask yourself, why the hell do I keep getting a number 3 in my goals, and I keep getting kicked back to number -2, then my whole reality changes, and then you go, you know what, I'm smarter. I'm wiser now. I'm going to be able to figure this out. From the Great Gatsby, tomorrow I will run faster, tomorrow I will reach farther. It's an illusion in our minds that it'll be better tomorrow. And what happens is wisdom is actually a curse. It's a curse and a trick, because as time was flowing through this floor, what occurred is your one spot before is not there. A new one dropped out. Got to go back to your lessons in time now. A new one, a new one, a new one. So as you start from 1 again, it is not the same one as you did before, as you started from before. There is constantly a new 1 falling out of this 0. What does that mean? What you are wise to in the past is useless today. Wisdom is of no use whatsoever. You must try to strive to achieve a knowledge. You have to hold knowledge. When you hold knowledge, oh my God, I'm going to try to make a stairwell. You get yourself a stairwell. Now, paths to enlightenment, all the biblical things of these stairwells, all those other things, I didn't try to mimic what they were talking about. It just makes sense to this quote. In motion you will find truth. Truth when you are executing your purpose from a 0, non-polar position on the floor of enlightenment you're on. You walk with that purpose enough at 0, indifferent to the polar energies on the floor of enlightenment you are on, you will find yourself a stairwell. When you walk up these stairs is the only time you are free. Once you land on this new floor, you are now trapped again. You're trapped in the polar rules of this floor. You're not better off than this floor, and this guy above you is not better off than you. He may be able to move shit with his mind. He's not better. He's still trapped in the floor of his enlightenment. The only thing that you have, compared to the guy below you, is a better view out the window. And what's that mean? It means that you have a farther view down the street. You can see more of the world. You can understand at a greater distance. Wisdom did not get you there. There's constantly new ones falling out of 0. With each one position that falls out, this 0 is moving away at the same position in -1. You're going to 3 is my answers. I'm going to hold 3. Polarity will eventually grab you and push you back to 3, and you're going to -3, and you're going to start all over again. Knowledge. Holding knowledge. You cannot have what you do not know. You cannot know what you do not have. You have to hold a truth. That truth is a connection to all truths. It will present you a stairwell. Now, this is important to understand. We are born at a certain level of enlightenment. Many people living and dying on those same floors every day, never moving from them. Only seeing out the window that they can understand. It is important to challenge yourself, to find your purpose on each floor and execute it. We're going to move on to more of the high rise of enlightenment. All this information can be found at www.singularreasoning.com. This is a manual to train the mind on how to think. Reasoning is the goal here. It is written in an abstract form with the sentence structure backwards. It's done so with intent. When complaining about the writing style, you're basically proving my point. The reading part of the mind is only capable of holding so much information. Expand our capacity to hold information, tie together builds the skill of reasoning through the written word. The actual true form of reasoning is found through listening, asking questions, and then speaking. But if you're going to read in a way that challenges you. Thank you, and we'll be back.